My name is Olive. I am 28 years old. I live in downtown Chicago. The city is fast. People are faster. Everyone is busy. No one looks back. But I remember everything. 3 years ago I met Noah. He was tall, smart, and kind. He worked in tech. He wore glasses and always had a book. He said sweet things. He opened doors. He called me my sunshine. Smiled every day. Thought he was the one. We moved into a small condo. It was on the 15th floor. The windows were big. You could see the whole city. At night, the lights looked like stars. We cooked dinner together. We watched movies. He made tea when I was sick. Felt safe. Felt loved. Noah worked late. I didn't mind at first. Thought he was busy. But then the lies started. I saw lipstick on his shirt. It was red. I never wore red. I found perfume on his jacket. It wasn't mine. He smiled like nothing was wrong. I asked, "Who is she?" My hands were cold. My voice shook. He didn't even say sorry. He just said, "It didn't mean anything, Olive." But it meant everything to me. I packed my things the next day. I didn't take much. Just my clothes, my plants, and my old guitar. I left the keys on the table. I walked out without a plan. My heart felt heavy. My chest hurt. Could not cry. The tears stayed inside. I moved into a small room. It was cold and dark. The bed was hard. The walls were white. I had no TV, no table, no comfort. I sat on the floor for hours. I didn't eat much. I didn't talk to anyone. The days passed slow. The nights were worse. One day it rained all morning. The sky was gray. My shoes were wet. I didn't know where to go. I just walked. The cold wind hit my face. I saw a small cafe. There was a sign outside. Open mic night tonight. I went inside. It was warm. People laughed and drank coffee. I sat in the back. I watched people sing and read poems. My hands shook. My legs felt weak. But I stood up. I walked to the man at the mic table. "Can I try?" "Yes." He smiled and wrote my name. I sat down again. My heart beat fast. When my name was called, I stood up. Held my guitar. Felt strange. I had not played in years. I sat on the stool. The lights were bright. I could not see the faces. Played one chord. Then I sang. My voice cracked. My hands shook. But I kept going. The room was quiet. No one talked. I sang a slow song. It was about pain, love, and truth. When I finished, no one clapped right away. Then one person clapped. Then another. Soon the whole room was clapping. I looked down. I felt something I had not felt in weeks, alive. After the show, a man came to me. He was in his 30s. He had short hair and wore a simple coat. "Your voice is strong," he said. "It's not perfect, but it's real." He gave me a card. "I'm Tom. I'm a music producer. Small time but real. You should keep singing." I looked at the card. I didn't know what to say. "Thank you," I said. He smiled and left. That night I walked home in the rain. But the cold didn't bother me. My heart felt warm. I looked up at the sky. The city lights were still on. I smiled a little. For the first time in a long time I felt hope. The next morning I picked up my guitar again. My fingers were slow. My voice was low. But I kept playing. I sang every day. I wrote new songs. Called Tom a week later. He said, "Let's meet." We met at a small studio. It was in an old building. Smelled like coffee and dust. Tom listened to my songs. He didn't speak much. When I finished, he said, "Let's record something." Smiled. Felt nervous. But I said yes. I'm sharing my story, hoping they reach someone. Are you there? Are you listening? Just knowing you're here means everything. Tom helped me record my first song. We used an old microphone. The room was small. The walls had gray foam. There was no air conditioning. It was hot, but I didn't care. I stood in front of the mic. My hands were cold. My heart beat fast. But I sang. We did 5 takes. My voice cracked once. I forgot words once. But Tom said, "That's okay. It's honest." We listened to the song together. I heard every breath, every soft note, every small mistake. But it felt real. It was mine. Tom put the song online. He said, "Let people hear you." I didn't expect much. But after 2 days, people started to listen. The song got 10 plays, then 50, then 100. Some people left comments. "Your voice is soft but strong. I cried when I heard this. Please sing more." I read every word. Smiled. My heart felt full. I had never felt this before. Not with Noah. Not in that big condo. This was new. This was mine. Tom said, "Let's do an EP." I asked, "What's that?" He smiled. "A small album. 4 or 5 songs. Just you." Said yes. We started working every weekend. I wrote songs in the evening. I played my guitar on the floor of my room. Sometimes the notes were wrong. Sometimes my voice was weak. But I kept going. I sang about heartbreak, pain, and starting again. I sang about small things. Cup of tea. A rainy street. Sad smile. I didn't use big words. I didn't try to sound perfect. I just told the truth. Tom found a small cafe in the city. He said, "You can sing here. One night. Just you. One mic. One light." Said yes. I was scared. But I said yes. On the night of the show, I wore a black dress. It was old but simple. I brushed my hair. Put on lip balm. My hands shook. I looked in the mirror. "You can do this," I told myself. The cafe was full. People sat at tables. Some had coffee. Some had tea. Some just looked at me. The lights were soft. My heart beat fast. Tom gave me a small smile. "You're ready," he said. I stepped onto the small stage. I sat on the stool. Held my guitar. I looked at the people. Then I closed my eyes and sang. I sang 3 songs. The last one was about Noah. I didn't say his name. But I told the truth. I sang, "You kissed me like I mattered." But I was just a pause. Not a story. When I finished, the room was silent. Then one person clapped. Then all of them. I stood up. Smiled. I said, "Thank you." I didn't cry. Felt strong. After the show, people came to me. "I felt your pain," one woman said. "That last song, was it real?" a man asked. He nodded. "It was," I said. Tom looked proud. "You're not just healing," he said. "You're growing." I sang at 2 more cafes that month. Then a bar. Then a small festival in the park. Each time more people came. Each time I felt a little stronger. I got a call from a podcast. They asked me to talk about my songs. I sat in a quiet room with a mic. The host said, "What made you start singing again?" Smiled. "Heartbreak," I said. "But also hope." He asked, "Do you still think about him?" I said, "Not like before. He hurt me. But I found something better." He smiled. Yourself. Yes, I said. Myself. One night I sang at a music lounge in the city. It was small but nice. There were flowers on the tables. The lights were warm. I walked onto the stage with my guitar. I was ready. I looked at the crowd. I saw someone in the front row. Tall man. Glasses. A book on the table. It was Noah. My heart stopped for a second. He looked older. His hair was shorter. His eyes were the same. He looked at me like he used to. I looked back for 1 second. Then I looked away. I sang my set. I didn't change a word. I sang with calm, with heart, with truth. When I finished, the room clapped. Noah clapped too. After the show, I stayed near the back. I drank water. Tom stood beside me. You were great, he said. Then he paused. You saw him, right? He nodded. Yes. Do you want to talk to him? He asked. No, I said. I already did. On stage. Tom smiled. That was your answer. Noah tried to come near. He looked like he wanted to say something. I stepped outside before he could. The night was cool. The air was fresh. I walked down the street. Past tall buildings. I passed a shop with music playing. I passed a woman holding flowers. Past a man with a dog. I was just one person in a big city. But I felt full. Felt seen. Not by others. But by myself. The next morning I made tea and sat by the window. The city was loud but my room was quiet. I looked at the sky. It was clear and blue. A soft light touched my plants. Their leaves looked green and strong. Smiled. They were growing again. So was I. I picked up my guitar and played a soft tune. My fingers moved slow. My voice followed. I didn't think about Noah. I didn't think about pain. Just sang. The sound was light. Felt like air. Felt like peace. Tom called that afternoon. I have news, he said. A bigger venue wants you. They heard your EP. They want you to sing next month. I didn't answer right away. A big venue? Yes. Like, with a stage? He laughed. Yes. Real stage. Lights. A mic that works the first time. Took a breath. Okay, I said. Let's do it. We met the next day to plan. The show would be in 3 weeks. I needed new songs. Tom helped with the list. This one's good. That one too. But write one more, he said. Something new. Something that says where you are now. I tried that night. I sat on my bed with my guitar. Played soft chords. I tried a few lines. But nothing felt right. Put the guitar down. I looked at my hands. They felt heavy. I thought about the last few months. Pain. The music. The shows. People. The city lights. The small rooms. The slow claps. I thought about Noah in the front row. I didn't sing for him. I didn't sing for anyone else. He sang for me. Then words came. Low. But true. I don't need your eyes. I don't need your lies. I found my name. In my own voice. I wrote more lines. I didn't stop. The song came like a wave. It wasn't angry. It wasn't sad. It was clear. Like water. Like glass. Like light. Called Tom the next day. I have the new song, I said. He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, I'll see you at the studio. We recorded it that weekend. Just guitar and voice. No extras. No layers. When it was done, Tom looked at me. That's the one, he said. That's the new you. The big night came fast. I walked into the venue with my guitar. The stage was wide. The lights were bright. People filled the chairs. Some looked young. Some looked old. Some smiled at me. Some just watched. I stood behind the curtain. My heart beat fast. Tom stood next to me. "You okay?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "Just nervous." He smiled. "That means you care." The host called my name. I stepped onto the stage. The lights hit my face. I sat on the stool. Held my guitar. I looked at the crowd. I didn't know most of them. But I saw some faces I knew. A woman from the cafe. A man from the bar show. A young girl who once said, "Your song helped me." Smiled. I sang the first song. The chords were soft. My voice was steady. I heard nothing but the music. I forgot the crowd. Forgot the lights. I only felt the song. I sang 4 more songs. Each one told a part of my story. Then I stopped. Took a breath. "This last song is new," I said. "It's about now. It's about finding yourself again." I started to play. The first line came out soft. The words were clear. My voice didn't shake. I was sure. The song was simple but deep. Spoke to everyone. You could feel it in the room. Quiet power. When I finished, I looked up. The room was still. Then someone stood up. Then another. Soon the whole room was standing. They clapped and clapped. I smiled, and this time I let myself feel it all. After the show, people came to talk. They said kind words. They asked for photos. Some just said, "Thank you." I saw Noah again. He didn't come near. He stood by the door. He looked at me, but he didn't smile. He turned and left. Tom came over. "You did it," he said. "I did," I said. And I didn't need anyone else to make me believe it. The next day I walked by the lake. The sun was bright. The wind was soft. I sat on a bench and watched the water. I didn't think about the past. I didn't wish for the future. I just sat there and felt okay. Later that week I got an email. A small label wanted to work with me. They liked my songs. They liked my voice. They said, "We hear truth in your sound." Told Tom. He smiled. "It's just the start," he said. But for me it was more than that. It was proof. Proof that pain can lead to power. That silence can become music. That heartbreak can be the start of something strong. I didn't want fame. I didn't want money. I just wanted peace. I wanted truth. I wanted to wake up, pick up my guitar and say, "This is who I am now." And I could. I took the offer from the label. It was small but honest. They didn't ask me to change. They didn't want a new sound or new look. They said, "Just be you." That was all I needed to hear. Tom stayed on as my guide. He wasn't part of the label, but he said, "You're my artist. We started this together. I'm not going anywhere." I was thankful. He never pushed. He just believed. We worked on more songs. Some were about the city. Some were about love. Some were just about a moment, like waiting for a train or walking home in the snow. Kept it simple. One guitar. One voice. My truth. The label helped with photos and music videos. They paid for studio time. They didn't make big promises. But they did what they said. That meant something. My second EP came out in spring. It was called Clear Sky. The name felt right. After the storm, the sky had cleared. I was not perfect. I still had bad days. But I could see the light again. People started to notice me. Not many. But enough. I got messages from girls in small towns. "I heard your song and cried. Thank you." some from women my age. I left someone too. You helped me remember who I am. Each message was like a small light. I saved them in my heart. I didn't sing to be known. I sang to feel known. I got a message one day from a woman named Claire. She ran a radio show. It was for young women in the city. Your story matters, she wrote. Can we talk on air? Said yes. We met in a small room with 2 mics and a laptop. She asked me about music, about pain, about Noah. I told her everything. The truth. No drama. No hate. Just facts. He didn't hit me. He didn't yell. He just lied. And the lie broke me. Claire looked at me for a second. Then she said, "What saved you?" I thought for a moment. Then I said, "A song. Cold Night. A stranger who saw something in me." But mostly, I saved myself. The interview went online. People listened. People shared. I didn't expect that. But I was ready for it. Weeks passed. My music grew slow but strong. I sang at more places. Few big rooms. Few small bars. One time in a bookstore basement. That night only 10 people came. But one girl came up after and said, "I was going to give up. Then I heard your words. I won't give up now." That one sentence made the whole night worth it. I started to teach too. Not full-time. Just on weekends. Young girls. 1 guitar each. We sat on the floor and played simple chords. They asked me, "Can we write songs too?" I said, "You can write anything you feel." Some sang about school. Some about cats. One girl wrote a song about her grandma who passed away. She cried while singing it. We all did. It was soft. It was real. I saw myself in them. Lost at first. Unsure. But brave. Braver than they knew. One evening I got an email from someone I hadn't heard from in years. It was Noah. The subject line said, "Olive, can we talk?" I didn't open it right away. I stared at it. Felt nothing. No fear. No hate. Just quiet. Later that night I read it. He said he had heard my music. He said he saw me on the radio. He said he was sorry. He wrote, "I was weak. I made you feel small when you were gold. You didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve me." He asked for nothing. Just said sorry. Closed the email. I didn't reply. Not because I was angry. Not because I didn't forgive him. But because I didn't need that story anymore. Some doors don't need to open again. I went on with my life. Sing. I wrote. Smiled more. I didn't need someone to clap for me. Clap for myself now. I met someone new months later. His name was Max. He worked with sound. He helped in one of the studios. He didn't say much. But his smile was soft. He heard my song once and said, "That line, it stays with you." We didn't rush. We talked first. We walked a lot. We drank tea. We shared small things. He never tried to fix me. He never asked me to change. He just stayed. I liked that. One night I told him about Noah. I didn't cry. I didn't shake. I just told the story. Max said, "He lost someone strong." Smiled. "Yes. But I gained myself." He nodded. "That's better." We kept things slow. I didn't need a label. I didn't need a name. I just needed peace. And he gave that. 1 year after my first cafe show, I stood on that same stage again. Same stool. Same light. But I was not the same. I looked at the small crowd. Some old faces. Some new ones. Smiled. I said, 1 year ago I sang here for the first time. I was lost. But I sang. And you clapped. That sound saved me. Then I sang a new song. It was soft. It was clear. It said, I found my home inside my voice. When I finished, the room was still. Then the claps came. And I smiled not because they clapped, but because I knew deep in my heart, even if no one clapped again, I would still sing. Sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who break us. But pain can open a door we never knew was there. Olive lost love, but she found something greater. Her voice, her truth, and her strength. You don't need someone else to tell you your worth. You can rise, rebuild, and find joy again. Healing takes time, but it begins when you choose yourself. Every goodbye can lead to a better beginning. Even in heartbreak, there is hope. And sometimes, the person you become after the pain is the person you were always meant to be. I hope you have enjoyed the story. Like and comment if you want to hear more soon.